Welcome to Cannonball Coffee. We're currently in the middle of the Dorset countryside at the roasting facility that we share with Bean Press Coffee, a local artisan coffee roaster. If you're not familiar with it, Cannonball Coffee specialises in really great tasting, high caffeine coffee. So we source some amazing Robusta coffee beans from Rwanda, which have got over double the caffeine of normal coffee, but they also taste incredible. So with this, we've produced a brand that has a coffee which is really caffeinated, which helps with your physical performance. It's absolutely packed with antioxidants, so it's really good for you. And as you can see, unlike other brands, it's not white labeled. It is roasted in this sort of state-of-the-art artisan coffee facility. Everything's roast to order, ground to suit your coffee maker, and then shipped within a couple of days of roasting. So this is the roasting room where the magic happens. Ben started this business. He is Mr. Coffee. He knows everything there is to know about roasting coffee. So this is the room where we store the green coffee that comes into the UK. It's shipped in from different growing regions around the world. Generally comes in these 60 kilo sacks on pallets. This here is the coffee that we use that comes from Rwanda, the speciality Robusta coffee with the naturally high caffeine content. That's what it looks like before it goes in the roaster and gets turned into the product that we all like to drink.
The purpose of taking some beans out of the drum is to check on the progress of the roast in terms of the colour, and I've got a bright light above so I can get an accurate representation of the colour, and also checking at different points to see whether there's any kind of roast defects going on. So this stage here is kind of just borderline what I'd say is called cinnamon phase, where the coffee's taking on an obviously dark appearance, like a brown appearance. And a lot's going on now in the coffee. Like that's really, when you're trying to design how to roast coffee on the profile, this stage is quite critical in terms of deciding how much air you put into the coffee, how long you try to make that stage last for. And in a minute, probably in about 2 minutes actually, it's going to reach a stage called first crack. That is really a critical stage of the roasting. At that point, the coffee starts changing colour very, very quickly. At that point, also the roast can start to accelerate on its own. So you're having to try and slow the roast down and control that phase really carefully to make sure that the temperature continues to rise, but not to a point where it's uncontrollable. You're trying to keep it all under control and then finish the roast exactly where you want it. So we're pretty much there now. Our kind of medium roast colour. Got a couple of degrees to go. And that is
I've always been interested in coffee, probably similar to yourself. Like saw it as more than just like instant. So I'd always be experimenting with different coffee brewing methods and considered it something I was interested in. So I thought I'll give that a go. How did you get started then?
I got started because my parents owned a coffee shop, and it was my dad's idea that he wanted to roast his own coffee instead of buying another roaster, which was actually the roaster that you came to look at, because we'd that had been decommissioned by that point. I was at university at the time, but I was coming in and out, and the interesting thing about roasting your own coffee is obviously you get a lot more variety.